All right, friends, in your last class, we got a little bit closer to completing our whimsical winter landscape. We got our background done, and we got our trees designed on our rainbow paper. So what we're going to do now is we're going to cut these trees out. Now, you might not end up using all of them, but I would suggest that you cut them all out, because then you can kind of play around with your composition. That means like what you're gonna arrange them to look like. So you can play a little bit more if you have more pieces. And whatever ones you don't use, you can just recycle. And if you want to use this paper for something else, you totally could do that later. You're going to have probably some extra pieces of it left over. I always usually put it in the recycle scrap bins, and my little first graders think you guys are the coolest for making these. The rainbow papers, they just like literally die over it. Okay, so we're going to take our background, and now in a landscape, your largest things are in the front toward the bottom. Okay, that's your foreground. Your middle ground is, you guessed it, toward the middle. And your background is going to be toward the top of the hill, in the very back, the higher areas of your paper. So big things go in the front. Medium things go in the middle. I like this guy a little better. And I'm going to take this one, I'm going to trim it a little shorter. And small things go in the back. So we could arrange it something like this. You could even have one off to the side, and maybe part of it is like off of the paper edge. Okay. And then we're going to glue those in place. And then after we glue them in place, we just have one more step, and that is going to be our snow. Now, with the snow, I'm going to be using white diluted paint. That means it's just white paint that I've added a little bit of water to, because I want it to be a little bit watery, so when I splatter it, it splatters nicely and not like thick globs. Now, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to flip it over, just rub from the back for a sec. All right. Now, if you don't have white paint that you can add water to at home there, you could always just use a white crayon at this point, or a colored pencil to make your snow, okay? So all I'm going to do, if you do have white paint, you're going to take a paintbrush. You've got that white paint that you added a little water to. You're just going to give a little dip, okay? And then I'm going to hold my paintbrush, and I'm just going to tap it. I feel like when everybody splatter paints, they want to throw their paintbrush, and that's not the right way to do it. It's going to end up being long lines. But if you tap it, you're going to literally make that paint just sprinkle off of your paintbrush, which is exactly what we want for snow. And you can add as much or as little as you want. I'm going to add a little more to the top. Alrighty. I think we are just about good. All right, my friends. And then once you've got your snow on there, you are finished. I can't wait to see them.